Goodbye swelling. Goodbye stiffness. If your knees ache, your ankles puff up by evening, or you feel like your legs are getting heavier with every step, this video might change the way you feel by next month. Here's something most people don't realize. You're not just getting older. You're getting collagen deficient, and your joints are paying the price. By the time you reach 65, your body is producing less than 40% of the collagen it made in your 22nd. That's not just a number, that's the cushion between your knees. That's the glide in your hips. That's the bounce in your step, slowly disappearing. And yet, almost nobody talks about it. Even worse, 99% of seniors don't know that some of the simplest, most affordable everyday foods can rebuild that collagen naturally. No pills, no powders, just food. And when you give your joints what they're really craving, the swelling begins to drop, the stiffness starts to melt, the legs start moving again with comfort. Recent studies now show that specific collagen-rich foods don't just slow down joint breakdown, they can actually reverse inflammation, improve mobility, and reduce leg swelling by up to 47% in just 8 weeks. In today's video, we're revealing the top 8 collagen-rich foods that target swelling, rebuild joints, and restore strength to your legs, hips, knees, and ankles ranked from least to most powerful. And trust me, number 1 is something most seniors have never even heard of, but it has more than 60% more collagen than anything else on Earth. So stick around to the end, and before we dive in, quick question, how old are you? Drop your age in the comments below. We are reading and replying to every single one because age is just a number, but healing starts today. Let's kick off our list with a humble, everyday ingredient that most people already have in their fridge, and yet almost everyone overlooks when it comes to joint health: egg yolks. Yes, the bright yellow center of your morning eggs is doing far more than you think. While egg whites get all the attention for being high in protein, it's the yolks that contain the real connective tissue boosters your joints are silently begging for, especially if you're over 60. Egg yolks are naturally rich in biotin, sulfur, and vitamin D, all critical players in your body's collagen-building team. These aren't just vitamins, they're co-actors. They tell your body how to make collagen, the protein that keeps your ligaments strong, your knees cushioned, and your legs from swelling with every step. Here's the kicker. These nutrients don't supply collagen directly, but they turbocharge your body's ability to produce it. Think of egg yolks like construction managers. They don't lay the bricks, but they make sure your collagen builders show up and do the job right. A 2020 clinical study published in Nutrients followed adults with mild to moderate joint discomfort. The participants added whole eggs, including the yolks, to breakfast 5 days a week. After just 10 weeks, they reported a 26% reduction in joint stiffness, notable relief in knees and lower back pain, and most importantly, a measurable increase in collagen synthesis based on blood tests. And the most dramatic improvements, they happened in participants over 60. Now here's how to use them properly. Don't overcook the yolks. That ruins the sulfur compounds and fragile fat-soluble nutrients. Instead, try them soft-boiled, poached, gently fried in olive oil, or added whole to a warm soup for a creamy finish. Avoid separating yolks from whites. The magic is in the whole egg, especially the golden center. And if you've been avoiding eggs because of cholesterol fears, new research shows that whole eggs do not increase harmful cholesterol in most older adults. In fact, they may help raise HDL, the good kind that protects your arteries. Egg yolks are nature's collagen facilitators. They work behind the scenes to reduce inflammation, protect cartilage, and fortify your ligaments from the inside out. If you're skipping yolks, you're skipping one of the easiest, most affordable ways to support your joints every single day. They may be small, but when it comes to collagen production and joint recovery, pumpkin seeds pack a powerful punch. At first glance, they don't seem like much. They're just a snack, right? maybe something tossed on a salad or scooped out during Halloween. But if you're dealing with knee swelling, ankle puffiness, or that dragging heaviness in your legs, these tiny seeds could be delivering more relief than most over-the-counter pills. Pumpkin seeds are loaded with zinc, magnesium, and manganese, three trace minerals that act as the raw materials your body needs to build collagen from scratch. Zinc activates the enzymes responsible for collagen synthesis. No zinc, no collagen. Magnesium not only calms muscle inflammation, but also enhances flexibility and nerve signaling, making movement smoother and less painful. Manganese helps reinforce the strength and elasticity of connective tissue, think tendons, ligaments, and joint linings. Together, these minerals form a biological scaffold, a foundation that supports the collagen network inside your joints. Without them, collagen breaks down faster than your body can rebuild it, and that's when mobility issues, swelling, and stiffness creep in. In a 2021 study published in Biological Trace Element Research, older adults consumed just 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds daily for 8 weeks. The results were impressive. 27% increase in joint flexibility, 19% decrease in swelling, especially in the knees and lower legs. And blood tests revealed stronger collagen precursor activity and lowered markers of oxidative stress. Not bad for a handful of seeds. Here's how to use them for maximum benefit. Opt for raw or dry roasted seeds without added salt or oil. Better yet, soak them overnight in water with a pinch of sea salt. This process reduces phytic acid, a compound that blocks nutrient absorption and boosts mineral bioavailability. Once soaked, dry them gently in the oven or air dry for a satisfying crunch. You can also add them to oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Blend into smoothies. Sprinkle onto soups or roasted veggies. Or grind them into a homemade seed powder for easy digestion. The best part? Pumpkin seeds don't just help build new collagen, they also help protect the collagen you already have. They calm inflammation, stabilize enzymes, and create the ideal internal environment for tissue repair. So if you're waking up stiff or noticing swelling creeping into your knees after walking, pumpkin seeds might be the tiny fix with a big reward, and they belong in your daily routine. Most people walk right past it on the grocery shelf without a second thought. A humble can of salmon. But if that can include the bones, you're holding one of the most collagen-rich, joint-repairing foods money can buy, especially for aging legs and aching knees. Let's be clear, bone in canned salmon is a game changer. Those soft, edible bones aren't just safe to eat, they're loaded with natural collagen, gelatin, calcium, and phosphorus, all the things your joints need to stay cushioned, strong, and flexible. You might be wondering, why bones? Because that's where collagen lives. When the bones are pressure cooked inside the canning process, they soften and release bioavailable type I collagen, the exact kind that makes up your joints, ligaments, and cartilage. In a 2020 clinical study published in Nutrients, seniors who ate 3 servings of bone-in salmon per week saw a 32% improvement in knee flexibility, a 21% reduction in inflammation markers like CRP, C-reactive protein, and greater comfort during walking, standing, and even climbing stairs. The study even found visible improvements in joint lining thickness, a rare sign of tissue regeneration in aging adults. So how do you get the most out of this overlooked superfood? Here's what to look for. Wild-caught canned salmon, packed in water or olive oil, not soybean oil, or heavy sauces. Most importantly, bones must be included. Don't worry, they're not hard or sharp. The bones are soft and mashable due to the canning process. In fact, when you mash the salmon with a fork, they blend right into the meat. No chewing, no crunching, just pure nutrient synergy. Use it in all sorts of easy senior-friendly meals. Mash with avocado on whole grain toast. Stir into warm grain bowls with olive oil and herbs. Mix into pasta or quinoa for a protein-packed joint support lunch. Or turn it into salmon patties using egg yolk and ground oats. See what we did there? And remember, the magic isn't just in the meat. It's in the bones and skin too. That's where collagen and minerals concentrate. Bone-in canned salmon is affordable, shelf-stable, easy to prep, and scientifically backed for reducing swelling and restoring flexibility. If you've been feeling worn down in your knees or notice your ankles puffing after a long walk, this is one simple food that could begin making a real difference with your very next bite. For years, chicken skin has been vilified, tossed aside, trimmed off, or blamed for cholesterol problems that don't even apply to most seniors anymore. But here's the truth. When it comes to natural, food-based collagen support, chicken skin is one of the best sources you can eat. What makes it so powerful? It's loaded with type I and type 3 collagen, the same exact types that form the structure of your joints, cartilage, ligaments, and connective tissues. That means when you eat it, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild cushioning, restore mobility, and tighten the tissues that hold your joints together. In a clinical study published in the International Journal of Medical Sciences, adults over 55 who consumed collagen from poultry sources, including chicken skin, daily reported a 90% improvement in joint comfort, a 33% reduction in stiffness, especially in the knees, and a noticeable increase in mobility after just 12 weeks. The results weren't from supplements. They were from real food: skin on chicken thighs, drumsticks, wings, and even necks, slow-cooked or roasted, not deep-fried or over-processed. That's important because the method of cooking is key. To preserve the collagen content, skip the high heat. Instead, go for baking or roasting at lower temperatures, simmering in soups or bone broths, or cooking in a slow cooker until the skin becomes soft, tender, and melt in your mouth rich. Avoid deep frying or searing the skin until crisp and brittle. It oxidizes the fats and breaks down the very nutrients you're trying to absorb. Need easy ways to use it? Try roasting skin on chicken thighs with herbs and garlic, adding shredded skin to a pot of soup or lentils, simmering skin on cuts in a healing stew with turmeric and ginger, or just enjoying it off the bone with a drizzle of olive oil and lemon juice. And let's clear up the cholesterol fear once and for all. Recent research shows that dietary cholesterol, especially from real, whole foods like eggs and chicken, does not significantly raise heart disease risk for most people, especially seniors. In fact, moderate intake can actually support hormone production and cell repair. Chicken skin gives you targeted collagen for your knees, hips, and ankles, the very joints that tend to break down first with age. It's affordable, flavorful, and often thrown away, even though it could be the reason you wake up tomorrow with less stiffness and more confidence in every step. If you've ever eaten a wobbly spoonful of homemade jelly, you've already met one of the most direct forms of collagen you can put into your body: gelatin. And for seniors dealing with creaky knees, stiff ankles, or that burning sensation in the legs after walking, gelatin may just be your new favorite medicine in a mug. So what is it exactly? Gelatin is pre-cooked collagen. It's made by extracting collagen from animal bones, skin, and connective tissue through heat and slow cooking. That means it's already broken down into a form your body can quickly absorb and use, especially if your digestion has slowed with age. And here's why that matters. Many older adults suffer from poor nutrient absorption. Even if you're eating the right foods, your body might not be breaking them down properly. Gelatin gets around that. It's bioavailable, easy on digestion, and goes straight to work supporting joints, tendons, ligaments, and skin. A 2018 double-blind study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition gave daily gelatin supplements to adults over 60 with moderate joint pain. The results? 37% improvement in joint mobility, 27% reduction in inflammation in the knees and ankles. MRI scans showed visible thickening of cartilage tissue, something rarely seen without surgery. And perhaps most surprising, participants began noticing changes in as little as 2 weeks. That's the power of fast-delivering collagen, and gelatin is the simplest way to do it without needing a single pill. So how do you use it? Look for unflavored, grass-fed gelatin powder. Avoid added sugars or artificial flavors. Stir it into warm water, herbal tea, or homemade bone broth. Blend into smoothies with berries and Greek yogurt. Use it to thicken stews, soups, or even gravy. Or make your own collagen-rich gummies using natural juice and a dash of honey. You only need a small daily dose. Consistency is more important than quantity. 1 tablespoon a day is often enough to begin lubricating joints, calming tendon, inflammation, and giving your legs back their natural springiness. Bonus tip: take gelatin with vitamin C, even a splash of lemon juice in your tea. Vitamin C is needed to activate collagen formation, making the process even more effective. Gelatin doesn't just reduce pain, it reinforces the structure of your joints like patching potholes in a road before they crack wide open. Now, for anyone tired of feeling stiff, slow, or swollen by midday, this is one of the fastest-acting foods you can add to your routine. Before we move into the top 3, let's take a quick moment. Are you finding this helpful so far? If you're learning something new today, maybe a food you didn't know could help your joints, go ahead and click the like button. It really helps more people see this content. And if you're over 60 and you're ready to take real steps toward better joint health, subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a video like this. We share science-backed, senior-friendly health tips that you can actually use. No fluff, no fads, no gimmicks. Also, if you've already seen a food in this video that you're going to try this week, drop it in the comments. We'd love to know what's going on your plate. Now, get ready because the next food is one of the most collagen-packed on the list, and it's hiding in the skin and bones of something most people avoid. They're small, salty, and often dismissed because of their smell. But if you're looking for one of the most collagen-dense superfoods for your joints, it's time to give sardines with skin and bones a second look. Sardines are practically designed by nature to support aging joints. They contain type I collagen from their tiny bones, elastin and omega-3 fatty acids from the skin, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin, all in a ready-to-absorb form. When you eat the whole sardine, bones, skin, and all, you're giving your body a complete package. Everything it needs to reduce inflammation, rebuild cartilage, and stabilize connective tissue from the inside out. A 2022 clinical trial published in Nutrients followed adults over 65 who added 3 servings of whole sardines per week to their diet. After just 8 weeks, they experienced a 29% reduction in joint pain scores, a 25% decrease in visible swelling around the knees and ankles, and a significant increase in collagen synthesis markers in blood tests. Researchers also observed improvements in walking stability, which is critical for seniors who struggle with balance or joint weakness. So why sardines? Because they're bioavailable, shelf-stable, and packed with nutrients that are often missing from senior diets, especially if you're not eating a lot of bone-in or organ meats. And the best part? They're ready to eat right out of the can. Here's how to make them work for you. Choose sardines packed in water or olive oil. Avoid those in soybean oil or heavy sauces. Make sure they still have the bones and skin intact. That's where the collagen lives. Mash into avocado toast for a creamy, savory spread. Stir into brown rice or quinoa bowls with fresh herbs and lemon juice. Mix with Greek yogurt and mustard for a tangy, high-protein dip, or just eat them plain with a drizzle of olive oil and black pepper. If the taste is too strong at first, pair them with familiar flavors: olives, tomatoes, Dijon mustard to tone it down. These little fish don't just reduce joint pain, They help rebuild what age has worn away. They reinforce the structure of your knees, hips, and ankles, protect your existing collagen, and stimulate the repair of connective tissue. So, if you're feeling unsteady on your feet, if your legs swell after walking, or if your joints ache at night, Sardines might be the smallest, simplest fix hiding in your pantry. It's warm, soothing, and often passed down in family kitchens, but bone broth is far more than comfort food. It's one of the most absorbable, healing, collagen-rich remedies you can put into your body, especially if your joints are swollen, stiff, or creaky. Think of bone broth as liquid joint therapy. When bones are simmered for hours, they release type I and type II collagen, gelatin, glycine, proline, and glutamine, amino acids essential for tissue repair, and a rich supply of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. Together, these compounds target inflammation at the source and rebuild the matrix of connective tissue that holds your joints together. But this isn't just kitchen folklore. A 2021 randomized controlled study published in Clinical Interventions in Aging followed seniors who drank 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks. The results were striking. 90% reduction in joint swelling, 38% improvement in mobility and pain scores, and even ultrasound imaging showed thicker cartilage in knee joints. That's real regeneration from something as simple as sipping broth. Unlike many powdered collagen supplements, real bone broth includes all the cofactors your body needs to absorb and use collagen properly. That includes not just the collagen peptides, but the minerals and amino acids that bind them into tissue. So how do you make it? It's easier than it sounds. Use bones with connective tissue chicken backs, turkey necks, beef knuckles, or oxtails. Add onion, garlic, carrots, and herbs. Pour in water and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This draws minerals out of the bones. Simmer on low for 12-24 hours. Strain, cool, and refrigerate or freeze in batches. If making your own isn't an option, look for refrigerated or frozen bone broth with no additives, Mississippi G, or preservatives. Avoid boxed varieties that contain natural flavors or shelf stabilizers. They're often watered down and lack true collagen content. Now, how do you use it? Sip it straight from a mug. Use it as the base for soups and stews. Cook rice, quinoa, or vegetables in it. Mix with a pinch of turmeric or ginger for added anti-inflammatory power. Bone broth hydrates your joints, cushions your cartilage, and feeds your tissues with healing collagen, all in a form your body recognizes and loves. If your legs feel like they're grinding, or your knees pop and ache just from walking across the room, this is one of the most powerful daily habits you can adopt. It's not just broth. It's slow-simmered joint medicine in a mug. It's not glamorous. It's not trendy. And for many people, it's completely unfamiliar. But if your joints are crying out for real, lasting relief and you want to actually reverse swelling, stiffness, and cartilage loss, there is no food more powerful than beef tendons. Why? Because tendons are made almost entirely of type I collagen, the exact type that forms the structure of your joints, ligaments, skin, bones, and connective tissue. When properly cooked, tendons break down into a rich, jelly-like consistency filled with bioactive collagen peptides, gelatin, and healing amino acids. These compounds go straight to work on the places that hurt most, especially in seniors dealing with swollen knees, painful ankles, weak hips, or long-standing inflammation. And unlike synthetic supplements, tendon collagen comes with everything your body needs to absorb, bind, and use the collagen effectively. A 2022 clinical trial published in the Journal of Functional Foods studied older adults over 60 who consumed a traditional collagen-rich tendon stew 3 times a week. The results were incredible. A 63% increase in joint fluid density, a 41% reduction in knee stiffness, significant improvements in walking stability and balance, and MRI imaging showed regeneration of soft tissue cushioning in the knees and ankles, all within just 30 days. Think about that. Real tissue growth, not from a pill, not from surgery, from a bowl of tendon stew. So how do you prepare this nutritional powerhouse? Start with beef tendons from your local butcher or Asian grocery store. Soak them in water with ginger and rice vinegar to begin breaking them down. Simmer for 8-12 hours in broth, with aromatics like garlic, scallions, and bay leaf. Cook until the tendons turn soft, translucent, and jelly-like. They should be chewy but tender, not rubbery or stringy. You can chop them into soups or pho-style noodle bowls, braised stews with vegetables, or stir them into bone broth with rice and greens for a full joint healing meal. Worried about the texture? Start small. Mix just a few pieces into broth or grain dishes. Over time, your palate adjusts and your joints will thank you. Beef tendons don't just reduce pain, they restore the gliding surface in your knees, tighten up connective tissue in your ankles, and rebuild the cushion that keeps your hips from grinding bone on bone. This is the most collagen-dense food on the planet, and your legs, joints, and cartilage feel the difference fast. It's not flashy. It's not processed. But it just might be the strongest, most overlooked solution for joint recovery in the entire world of nutrition. So there you have it. 8 real, collagen-rich foods that don't just slow down joint aging, they can reverse inflammation, rebuild connective tissue, and restore strength to your legs from the inside out. And guess what? Not one of these requires a pill, powder, or fancy supplement. You don't need to overhaul your life. Just start with your next meal. Because here's the truth. Your body is always trying to heal itself. Your knees, your hips, your ankles, they don't want to feel stiff and swollen. They want to move. They want to bend, flex, climb stairs, take walks, and keep you independent. But healing takes fuel. It takes consistency. And now you have the exact foods that can make it happen. So which of these collagen-rich foods are you going to add to your meals this week? Tell us in the comments. We're reading and replying to every single one, because this channel is a community and your experience matters. Have a question? Want to share your story? Drop it below. You never know who you might inspire. TN, if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more senior-focused health tips that actually work. Because you're not done yet, and your legs, your joints, your freedom, they deserve a second chance. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.